Clear? Now, if you see the formula, pressure is equal to force by area, then definitely we can say that the pressure acting on a body depends on these two factors. Depends on these two factors. One is force, the other one is area in contact. Okay? So here, if you keep one factor constant, then the pressure changes with the other factor. If you keep this factor constant, then the pressure changes with the first factor, force. So when you want to observe how these factors change the pressure on any body, we need to understand certain things here. So we will discuss about factors affecting pressure. What are the factors affecting pressure? One is force, that is F. How these two are related? Force and pressure and area is constant. This is related as pressure is directly proportional to force. Pressure is directly proportional to force when area is constant. Area is constant. When area is constant. That means when area is kept constant, then it depends on F. For example, I have two blocks. Let us suppose here I am taking a heap of sand or something like. Okay? I kept two blocks of same area in contact. The area in contact here is A. From here to here, the area in contact is A. Similarly, for this block, same area in contact. Okay? This is made with wood. So this is the wooden block. And this is made of iron. So this is iron block. We know wood and iron are two different materials, but they are all similar in nature. Similar in the sense the shape, everything similar, the size, shape, everything similar. Area in contact is same. But these two blocks weigh differently. The weight of the wood is less when compared to iron. Wood is lighter, iron is heavier. So the weight is also called as a gravitational force. This is what we discussed previously. It is the gravitational force. It is a force. Weight is a force. So here, wood is applying less force, that is F1, on the floor like this, and iron is applying a force F2 on the area, same area A. If you see here, F1 is less than F2, means the force applied by the iron block on the floor is more when compared to the wood. Since the area is constant but forces are different, obviously this iron block will apply more pressure on the ground. So the pressure applied by the iron block is P2 and pressure applied by the wooden block is P1. Then definitely we can say that P2 is greater than P1. The pressure applied by the iron block is more when compared to pressure applied by the wooden block. So as a result, if you keep it on a sponge, then this block creates some depression on it creates more depression on the sponge when compared to the other one. So this creates less depression, whereas this will go more deeper, whereas this will go less deeper. depression. Since though the areas are different, but since the areas are same, forces are different, so pressure applied by both of them are different. So pressure is directly proportional to force. Clear or not clear? Okay, this is one factor. That means as the force increases, the pressure also increases. If the force decreases, the pressure also decreases. So these are the relationship between pressure and force. That relation is called as directly proportional to. Pressure is directly proportional to force and area kept constant. Okay, and the second factor here is area in contact. Area in contact, that is capital A. Area in contact. How the pressure changes with area in contact when force is constant. When force is constant. Here, from the formula we have written pressure is equal to force by area. Okay. So if you keep the force constant, then pressure is inversely proportional to area. So it is equal to 1 by A if you neglect the force, because force is constant. So neglect the force, then pressure is proportional to 1 by A. It is reciprocal to A, so we call that relation as inversely proportional. We call it as inversely proportional to area. So pressure changes inversely proportional to area. So P is inversely proportional to area in the sense we have to write like this 1 by A, reciprocal of A. When F is constant, force is constant. When force is constant, then pressure is directly proportional to 1 by A. That means the pressure is inversely proportional to area in contact with the body. Let us understand how the pressure changes in different areas when the same force is applied. Okay. Let us again take an example. Again the same sponge, and I kept, both are made of iron, I kept two blocks of same weight, but the shapes are different. Let us suppose here it is having an area in contact A1, area in contact here is A1, and weight is same, both are made of iron, and both are applying the same force. So same force is applied here on the sponge, F force, and I am taking the same iron block of same weight but with more area. Here area in contact is A2, which is more, but it is again made of iron and it is applying again the same force. Force is constant, it is also iron block. Okay. Now, when you keep it like this, can you tell me under which case, out of these two, which one applies more pressure on the sponge and which one creates more depression on the sponge? Definitely the first figure, because here the force is acting on lesser area. For example, you have a heap of sand like this. Okay. When you stand on the heap of sand, there are two legs like this. You will pierce into the sand. You will sink into the sand up to certain extent. So you will sink up to certain extent. Your legs will go into the sand, loose sand. On the other hand, instead of standing like this, if you lie down, if you sleep on the sand, do you create, your body weight is same, your body weight is not changing. If you are weighing 60 kg, then your 60 kg remains the same whether you are standing or sleeping. Your weight will not change. But when you are standing on the heap of sand, you create more depression than when you are lying down on the heap of sand. What is the difference here? Only difference, your weight remains same, there is no change in the weight of the body. But the posture, like how you are standing on this heap of sand? Are you lying down or standing? When you are standing, your body is in less contact with the sand. Only two legs are in contact. So the area in contact with the sand is less when you are standing. Okay? Whereas when you are lying down and you are sleeping on the heap of sand, your total body is in contact with the sand. So more area is in contact with the sand. In the case of more area in contact, you create very less depression on the heap of sand, whereas when you stand, you create more depression on the sand. That means to say, as the area in contact is less, the pressure applied will be more. So these two are oppositely related. Okay? So here, as the area increases, the pressure decreases, or if area decreases, the pressure increases. So this kind of opposite relation is called as inversely related. So pressure is inversely related to area in contact. For example, here I am taking the pencil. Okay, pencil is having two ends. This end is blunt end. Okay, it is blunt end. And if you see here, this is the sharp end. Now I am applying force with my fingers, muscular force from both sides equally. Okay, equal forces I am applying like this. Okay, I am pressing the pencil from both sides. Now let us observe in which case the depression is more. If you see here, the depression is more, there is no depression on this finger. Though you apply the same force, but depression created on the fingers are different. See, here I am feeling pain, whereas here nothing. You can see the depression very clearly, whereas here nothing, no depression. So this sharp end is piercing into your body more quickly, so you are feeling this pain. That means to say, you are getting more pressure from this sharp end than from the blunt end. On the other hand, if you want to keep this board pin in the bulletin board, which side do you use? Do you use this sharp end or the blunt end? How do you keep the pin in the bulletin board? Do you keep it, do you press it like this, or you will press it from the opposite side? Which side it will go inside? Obviously the tip, the pointed end. So you use pointed end to put the pin into the bulletin board. Who told you to keep it like this? It's a common experience. If we put like this, we know that it will go very easily. If we put like this, it will not go. We know that. Why it is not going? Though you are applying, though you are trying hard to put it this thumb pin in the bulletin board, because it is more area. Though you are applying more and more and more, and they bring the hammer and hammer it, even then it will not go into the bulletin board. Because here, though you are applying more and more force, the area in contact is more, it applies very less pressure on the wall. As a result, it will not go inside the wall. Whereas, if you take this pointed end, easily with very less effort, you can put it in the bulletin board. So that's what we generally do when we hit a nail on the. If you want to fix a nail in the wall, which side do you take? Sharp end or blunt end? Obviously sharp end. With sharp end, with less effort, with less force, we can easily fix the nail in the either wood log or in the wall. Is this clear, children? That means to say is if the area in contact is less, our efforts will be less. That means to say the effect of force will be more. So you put the less force, but its effect will be more. So that effect is called as pressure. So as the area in contact is less, pressure will be more. So here, by understanding this, by understanding how we can change the pressure on any body, we have made our life so easy. With very less efforts, we started doing our works after understanding the factors with what we can change the pressures. Here, Like if you want to cut a vegetable or a fruit, an apple, then we obviously take the knife. Okay, with the help of knife we will cut the apple. Now when you use the knife, we know knife has two sides, and if you observe carefully, one side of the knife is very blunt, the other side of the knife is very sharp. Now when you want to use this knife to cut the apple, which side do you take? Sharp side or blunt side? So obviously sharp side. Why sharp side? Because with the sharp end is nothing but less area in contact, less area of the knife is in contact with the apple, where it pierces into the apple very easily. That means to say, if you use the sharp end of the knife to cut the apple with your muscular force, this force applies more pressure with less area on the apple. As a result, this knife will go easily into the apple and it will cut the apple. It's very simple, isn't it? Similarly, when you like whenever you go to any desert area, okay, generally